I want to play for you two things. They'll take about 2 minutes. This is Hillary to Chris Wallace yesterday morning, cut number 13.
Director Comey said that my answers were truthful and what I've said is consistent with what I have told the American people.
Just to make sure you heard it, let's play it again, cut number 13.
Director Comey said that my answers were truthful and what I've said is consistent with what I have told the American people.
And here's Director Comey with Trey Gowdy on July the 7th, cut number 28.
Good morning, Director Comey. Secretary Clinton said she never sent or received any classified information over her private email. Was that true?
Our investigation found that there was classified information sent.
So it was not true?
That's what I said.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for a little shorter answer so you and I are not here quite as long. Secretary Clinton said there was nothing marked classified on her emails either sent or received. Was that true?
That's not true. There were a small number of portion markings on, I think, 3 of the documents.
Secretary Clinton said, I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. Was that true?
There was classified material emailed.
Secretary Clinton said she used just one device. Was that true?
She used multiple devices during the 4 years of her term as Secretary of State.
Secretary Clinton said all work-related emails were returned to the State Department. Was that true?
No, we found work-related emails, thousands, that were not returned.
Secretary Clinton said neither she nor anyone else deleted work-related emails from her personal account. Was that true?
That's a harder one to answer. We found traces of work-related emails on devices or in Slack space, whether they were deleted or whether when a server was changed out, something happened to them. There's no doubt that there were work-related emails that were removed electronically from the email system.
Secretary Clinton said her lawyers read every one of the emails and were overly inclusive. Did her lawyers read the email content individually?
No.
All right, so, Mike Allen, can Hillary Clinton learn to tell the truth about things? And just say, look, Director Comey called out my errors and omissions, but they're not significant. That's all she has to do.
It's so true. And, Hugh, this is such an echo of the bot's response to the State Department Inspector General's report. You remember that, and we talked about the fact that their response to that was, like, this is why people don't like you. And the same thing here. They're in such a great place. They should just own it and move on and not try to say something that on its face just conflicts with the tape that you and others are going to play. David Brooks' column about the Democrats winning July is perhaps the best column of the conventions, and he makes extremely convincing case of how at the end of the 2 weeks, Donald Trump had allowed Democrats through Tim Kaine to become the more culturally conservative party and to be the party of patriotism. Like, his point was just that Trump had given Democrats so much room, and very, very, very fascinating story over the weekend by Alexander Burns and others at the Times about, we've always said that Trump has a narrow path, but they've narrowed it to 3 states, Florida, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and you have to watch North Carolina. But that is the narrowest eye of a needle that any of us have talked about so far.
Yeah, on MSNBC, I call it the 5-state campaign. Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan is the surprise, Wisconsin, and Florida. North Carolina I'm taking for granted, but we will see. Mike Allen, I hope when you retire from Politico, you become the editor emeritus of America, and just tell us what to read every morning. And then your career is done. We'll go there, and people will then know what to... Real Clear Politics tries to do that, but they lack the deep in your bones eye on the important. A quick question for you on the presidential debates. Donald Trump is criticizing them. I am agreeing with him because they set the schedule a year ago with indifference to events. They ought to be more flexible. But then I went and looked at the commission leadership. Frank Fahrenkopf, 78 years old. Mike McCurry in his prime. 14 people, including, I couldn't believe it, that the wonderful Jim Lear is on it. He's done 12 presidential debates, kind of a finger on the thumb. What do you think about this controversy? I don't think the debate commission ought to be deciding this a year in advance about when to hold debates.
Well,